Hello, Mark Crossfield here. More golf swings coming at you from my golf app. Let's give this guy some help with his downswing. A little bit of issues with the twists he puts into the club on the way down, which definitely will encourage a different path than he might want to hit some better shots. Let's give him some help. Let's get stuck in. Right guys, interesting swing, lots of good movements. We see a path which on 2D camera looks like it wants to dive to my left as a right-handed golfer, so for him it's going to be diving to the right, so to the kind of out to in, as people want to call it. He does a lot of good movements. What he does on the downswing, it's quite an interesting one. You don't see this one that often. But when you do, the changes you make, if you can get them to make this change, the wrist movement on the way down, it totally transforms path and direction and the way they strike and how kind of distance they get on the ball, those kind of things as well. So we see not a bad setup from what I can see, not a bad backswing, it's all relatively neat. He gets to the top and as he pulls down, he wants to turn the club this way, so around the axis of the shaft, but what people would call open. For me, I would say he's adding more loft to that club, because open to what is always that big, lovely question that everyone hates. So he pulls the face and the club down, twisting it this way. So we see the club face kind of laying back a little bit more. So for me, as I come down, I would like to try and feel like this leading edge is more kind of in line with my left arm. For him, obviously, right arm as a left-handed golfer, he's more turning it up to the sky. Now, as he comes through, if he was to swing club path straight, face open to that path, ball's going to start right and curve further right as a left-handed golfer, the other way round obviously, so his face is going to point left, ball's going to start left and curve further left for the left-hander. So what he does is he tries his hardest to pull the path left. So let's say he gets the path 8 left. If he's got his face 6 open to that path, so it's 4 close to target, ball's going to start left and then curve away. Or even sometimes curve back on the target, which is why we see this massive kind of collapse and drag on the way through. So for me, I would really start with this player. First things, it doesn't always fix them, but often it does. Even if you have to use a different sentence to make the same thing happen, what I would do is go straight at it, stay exactly as you are, but as you start the downswing, you need to try and feel that you're turning the club this way to start down, that kind of revving, the feeling that I talk about. So as he starts down, feel like, say, my glove on my pad on my glove here is turning up to the sky. You're turning the club this way around this axis as you start down, and then just hit it. What you find with golfers, they have much higher levels of coordination than they think. They're often just coordinating to a movement that they've put in there to try and find target. So he is swinging left or his right out to in, pulling towards himself on the way through to try and make sure that the ball doesn't go too far right. He's trying to balance face to path dynamically. So when you get people starting a downswing and turning the club the other way, they naturally just start to balance out path if you give them enough goes. Sometimes the first shot just dives straight down duck hook styley because they still swing left. They have the face now closed to a path, so the ball's left of a left path, so duck hook style. But they hit 1 or 2 of those at the most and they start figuring it out themselves. And that's the best way to learn. That self-discovery, I always find, is always the best way for people to find a movement, find a feeling and take it to the course. So you give them a little push, you give them a little hint, and then you let them find it in a few shots. If they don't, you use different language to try and help them. So, I mean, for me, as I start down, I don't feel I particularly have to do that movement because it's in there already. But if I was to put it in, because I've already got it there, if I was to put some in extra, if you like you need to, I would just find that my ball would tend to just go left because my path's relatively zero-ish. What happens, that ball goes low left because I'm just turning all the loft off the club. Face impacts close to my straight path and it's starting left, going low and turning more left. And that's almost the feeling this player needs. What I do with lots of golfers is when I get them to do that and they get some going, starting left and turning left, they naturally then again just start moving their path more outward. So for him, more out to the left, for me, more out to the right as a right-handed golfer. They definitely react to their face. Not always, but for lots of golfers. Thanks for sending the swing. Hope that helps. Post comments down below as always. Let me know how you get on. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for loads more videos. Find me on Instagram @CrossfieldMark. Also on Twitter @4golfonline. Find me on Facebook, Mark Crossfield. Thanks for watching. Post comments as always and see you soon.